Well, I'm not feeling particularly energetic yet, but I am feeling hungry for that watermelon. So, I'm going to finish cleaning the sink and then I am going to make that cut up that watermelon. So, what I had done, I had used the paper towel to wipe out the sink. Do it one more time real quickly since I ate since then. Used the sink since then. Not that the sink has gotten dirty since then, but it's got crumbs and things in it. So, spray the sink down, a little bit of surfactant. What I'm using here is Bio Green Clean. Doesn't have chemicals, poisons. Powerful soap type product that helps water clean things. You know, especially at laundromats, I've seen where people have used way too much soap, and it's actually the water that does the cleaning. The soap is just helpful. The soap helps the water do what the water does. The way I like to think of it, especially with laundry, is when you put too much soap, it's like at a construction site putting too many hammers. In other words, the carpenters would be the water doing the work. The soap would be like hammers. And if you have too many hammers and the carpenters are tripping over the hammers, it's not going to improve anything. It's going to make things get worse. It's the same way with laundry and soap. If you're putting too much soap in the laundry, it's hurting the water's ability to get the stuff clean. So you want to get not too little, not too much, just the right amount of soap. And very frequently I see people putting way too much soap in their laundry. And then, you know, if I couldn't smell it, if when people are walking around and you can smell the detergent on their clothes because they've used too much, it's obvious that what I'm seeing in the laundromat has implications in real life for the people who are walking around in those clothes that did not get clean because too much soap was being used. Doesn't matter which gender, you'll see somebody trying to put a certain amount of soap in and somebody else will say, oh no, you gotta add more, you gotta add more. Anyhow, this sink is clean, so I'm gonna clean up that watermelon because I want to cut up that watermelon and eat it. So now since my knife is gonna go through the outside of this watermelon, which had been sitting in a field, probably with chemical pesticides, I am going to try to wash off as many of those pesticides as I can. And again, the detergent is helping to lift those pesticides. If the pesticides would really just dissolve in water, then why wouldn't the rain wash it away? It doesn't make sense. you have to have something besides just water to lift the pesticides off of whatever it is that you're going to eat. If you're thinking that what you're going to eat has pesticides on it. Alright, that watermelon is clean enough. So, you know what? I don't know if I bought any watermelons last year. I don't think I did, but I used to buy them a lot 2 years ago, or more than 2 years ago. And I prefer watermelons with seeds. This one is a seedless, because for the last 2 weeks I've not been able to find them with seeds. They say that they should be coming out next month. I will be sure to buy one then. But since I had not eaten watermelons last year, or since I've moved into this apartment, I haven't done watermelons. I just bought this big plate today to accommodate that watermelon. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with the orange. I'm going to do that same kind of concept with this watermelon. Where half of it, or more than half of it, is going to sit on this big plate, face down, open side down. So that the plate seals air out of the watermelon, the fleshy part of the watermelon. All right, that's good enough. Okay. So, let's grab a plate. So 5.5 inches. Think I think I'm going to have to, probably won't get to use that because this watermelon's a little too tall. Fit. Okay, I do have to use this. It fits. not going to be able to eat all of this though. So what I'm going to do, I think if I start about here, then it'll fit on that plate. I'm wrong. All right. Even that doesn't fit. Wow. Essentially what I'm doing here, I'm making little squares. Those little squares will go into a big white bowl. Not that the color of it matters, but the bowl happens to be white. And to that I will add powdered chocolate. I don't know which kinds of chocolate are better than the others, but I know variety is a good thing. So since there's Dutch processed chocolate and then there's chocolate that's not Dutch processed, I am going to do a little bit of both. Actually, it's more like quite a bit of both. I am so ready for this watermelon. Alright, so here is the not Dutch. I don't know what the difference is between Dutch and not Dutch. And here is Special Dark Dutch Blend. And you can see I just basically poured it on there. Now I'll mix it together. Now relax, watch a little bit of a movie while I eat this. And I'll come back for that and do the same thing with that. So this is going to help me get some energy.